Hello! I wanted to do something a little bit different today. Basically, the gist of the whole thing is I'm trying to find something to read. Yes, I am in the middle of multiple books, and I am enjoying them, and I will finish it, but I'm going away next weekend, and I feel like I'll probably finish the book that I wanted to bring with me by then, so I wanted to find something a little bit fun to bring with me for that little trip. It's not really that big of a trip, it's just like for the weekend, but I wanted something fun. Anyway, this is just all an excuse for me to try out some cozy mysteries, basically. So the reason why the cozy mystery genre has been intriguing me is mostly because a lot of people have been talking about it, and a couple of books have come up in just, you know, on YouTube and stuff, where they're saying that it's really good. I've never really tried reading cozy mysteries before, just because I really like thrillers, but I used to read some crime books when I was younger, and the reason I stopped reading crime and I went more into thriller is because I don't like police procedurals and stuff like that. Like, I don't like when a crime novel or a thriller is from the perspective of like a detective or a policeman or a lawyer. I read a lot of Jodi Picoult books when I was younger as well, and that's kind of like crime, but it always has something to do with the law, because the author herself used to be a lawyer, I think, which is why she like incorporates that into all her stories. So yeah, I don't really enjoy those anymore, which is why I went to like domestic thrillers, because it's usually just like a person trying to find out what happened. The reason why I've never really picked up a cozy mystery before is because I basically don't know where to start. I tried reading Agatha Christie, and I don't know if I'm just not used to the writing style or what, but I can't get into them. And so I thought, maybe I just don't like cozy mysteries. But I've since found out that there are a lot of elements in cozy mysteries that I feel like I would really enjoy. So for example, I know that cozy mysteries are always following like a random person, which is a tick, you know. I don't like any professional police person. And then I also just recently found out that a lot of cozy mysteries, the reason why they're cozy is because they're usually set in small towns, which I also really like. So there's another tick there. I also know that they aren't very serious, apparently. I don't know how that can play about, because there's usually like a murder going on, but apparently it's not that serious. Which, here's the thing, I don't know if you notice with my reading taste, but I like reading a lot of emotional books. I like reading a lot of dark books. I read a lot of books about mental health. I read a lot of thrillers, like I mentioned. I read a lot of books about grief. For some reason, I'm really drawn to books about grief. So sometimes when I want to take a break from all those dark topics, what I usually turn to is romance. So I do like some romances, but recently I haven't really found any romances that I've been enjoying. So I thought I'd try cozy mystery as like my relief, my break from all those darker books that I read, even though it involves murder. So yeah, I thought I would try a chapter from a couple of books that I have put on my Goodreads list. I haven't prepared this, but let me have a look at my Goodreads list and we'll see what what I'll try and read. So the first cozy mystery that I want to try a chapter from is Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q Sutanto. The main reason why I kind of want to check this one out and I feel like it'll be fun is because the author is Chinese Indonesian, and she lives in Jakarta and Singapore at the same time. Like, she goes back and forth, but I think she actually lives in Jakarta now. And if you don't know, I'm Indonesian. So I thought that this might be fun. I've never read from an Indonesian author before, except for that poetry collection that I found that was called Rendang, which I didn't end up enjoying. I kind of wanted to check this one out because I feel like it's like there's like a family drama type thing, and I'm not sure where it's set, like where the book fictionally sets is, but I feel like the family dynamic might be a little bit relatable, and yeah, I think it might be fun. The next book that I'm gonna try is one that I heard of a few years ago. I used to watch this booktuber called Leslie. Her name was Leslie. I don't know if she still makes booktube videos or not, but she used to read this. I didn't know it then, but now I know that it's a cozy mystery series. But it's called the Flavia Deluce series, and it's the first book is called The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, and apparently the main character is like 11 years old, and it's set in the past. I think it's a little bit more historical, and it's set in like this manor in the UK or something, which sounds like a fun setting to have a mystery. And the other obvious reason why I want to pick this one up is because her name is Flavia and my middle name is Flavia, so I thought that would be kind of fun. And then the third book that I want to try a chapter of is 2 Part Sugar, 1 Part Murder by Valerie Burns. That's the other thing I've noticed about a lot of these cozy mystery synopsis, is that there's a lot of like cute little like baking settings, like it's like food related. I know that this one, she like has to move to a small town because she inherited someone's bakery or something, and I just think that that would be cute because I recently read, tried reading, I borrowed it from the library, I recently tried reading Act Your Age, Evie Brown, and the reason I picked that one up is because apparently it's set in the Lake District and it's really cute. There's an Airbnb and she's a chef, but I didn't really enjoy the romance that much, and so I feel like 2 Part Sugar, 1 Part Murder might be what I kind of am looking for, like the cuteness and the setting, but I don't know if there's romance in it, but it might be kind of fun. I don't know, I feel like cozy mysteries are just like, I feel like it'll be a fun genre to try. So yeah, I'm gonna get all of these 3 books on my Kindle, and then once I've read the first chapters of all 3 books, I will let you know which one I want to continue on with. I'm back. It's the same day. I just changed into a jumper because it's freezing. It's actually supposed to be spring or almost summer, but of course we don't know what the weather's doing here in Australia because it just keeps raining. Anyway, so the first book that I read was The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, the Flavia Deluce mystery series. I really like it so far. It reminds me, I really like the setting. It reminds me of Downton Abbey. I'm not quite sure what time period it's set in, but it's like this big manor place. Flavia as a main character is really funny. She's like 11 years old, but she's like a little bit a little bit of a know-it-all. She's really into chemistry. I think she's like doing some sort of like poison thing, and she has 2 older sisters who don't like her very much. So yeah, I really like it so far. The only thing I will say about the first part, I'm not sure if it's the first chapter, to be honest, because I just got the sample and I don't really want to buy it yet if I'm not gonna like read it straight away. So I don't know, maybe the sample isn't the full first chapter, but I just read the sample. And the only thing I will say that I didn't like about the sample is that there was a lot more of like an exposition. So like the first part is very like action, like there's stuff going on, which I really enjoyed, but then it went into a little bit of an exposition about the history of their family and things like that, which is fine, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see what the other 2 books are like and which one I choose, I guess. Okay, I just finished reading the second book, so I picked what's it called again? 2 parts, what's it called? 2 parts sugar, 1 part murder. I really like it so far. It's a lot more lighthearted than the first one. It's a lot more funny from the get-go, and I also really like the main character. I think she'll be one of those characters that is like doesn't fit into where she's gonna be, because I think she's gonna like be in a small town or something, and she doesn't seem like she's a small town person. So yeah, I really like that one so far. I did try and find it at my library, like a physical copy, but I couldn't find it, unfortunately. I did find the Flavia Deluxe series at the library, but it's on audio, but it's like not like a digital audio, it's on like CDs, which the only CD player I have is in Andrew's car, so I don't think I can borrow that one from the library either. So yeah, I really like them both so far. At the moment though, between the 2 of them, I think I would lean more towards 2 parts sugar, 1 part murder, just because it's a lot more fun and it's a lot more, it feels a lot more lighthearted, and that's just what I'm in the mood for at the moment, because a lot of my other books that I've been reading haven't been lighthearted. And like the thing is, I also just want to read something, because this is my first time trying out this genre. I want to make sure that I'm reading something that I'll like, that I'll enjoy, because I don't want to sort of like ruin my sort of perception of this genre by reading the first book in the genre and have it not be a good one. So I really want to make sure that I'm reading something that I'm really going to enjoy. And I think between The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie and this one, I would pick this one, but you know, we have a 3rd book that I'm going to try, so I'm going to do that now. I don't know if I don't know if I have time to read the 3rd book now, but I'm going to try, because this afternoon when Andrew gets home from work, we need to go into town to pick up a birthday present for our friend's 30th this Saturday. So I was hoping that I would read all 3 and pick a book, and then see if I can convince Andrew to go to the bookshop with me, and like I can buy the book. Okay. I'm not even finished with the first chapter of this book yet. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, I knew that I was gonna be super excited with this one specifically, because of like how much I'm gonna be able to relate to the character. I don't know why I'm like excited. I've never really cared that much about like relating to main characters or anything like that. But this is just really funny. Like the number of like aunties that just hang around and how they talk to each other and how some of them like each other, some of them don't. That's the feeling I get anyway. And just like the Asian guilt I relate to. So I don't know, maybe I really just want to continue on. So I realized I didn't film the rest of my reaction when finishing the first chapter of Dial A for Aunties, but basically I really liked it. I really like the dynamic between all the aunties because they remind me of my own aunties. I also really like there's like these little like I don't know, like just like little cultural things that a lot of like Indonesians do that I recognize, and that she mentions, like like how they act in like a crowd, and how she was saying that she was like going to this restaurant and she's like, oh, I'm glad that like my mum is here because my mum and my aunties have lived in Singapore or Jakarta or something, and they know how to like walk through a crowd when there's like restaurants, and like how she doesn't, because she's very quiet, she doesn't know how to like order the food that she wants, because it's like one of those restaurants where people just sort of go around in a cart and you just grab what you want, and if it's not there anymore because someone beat you to it, then you won't get the thing that you want. So yeah, I like those little like cultural things. I will say though, I wish that this, I think I mentioned it the other day when I read the prologue. I didn't realize that it would be set in California. I'm not sure if the whole book is going to be set in California, but I kind of would have liked it if it was set in like Singapore or Jakarta or something, because that would have been kind of fun and different, but you know, that's fine. But anyway, if it wasn't obvious, up until now, I've decided to go with Dial A for Aunties as the first cozy mystery-ish book that I read. So I got myself a physical copy. I splurged and I got it, and I'm really excited about this.